Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. And today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 19th and 20th of March 2023. So let's start with our session. What is the wholesale price index based inflation in India in February 2023? So the wholesale price index based inflation declined to a 25-month low of 3.85% in the month of February. And this is the 9th straight month of decline in this WPI based inflation. So as per the government data, the decline is due to the easing prices of manufactured items and fuel and power. And Reserve Bank of India had hiked the key interest rate by 25 basis points to 6.5%, saying that the core inflation still remains sticky. Fine. So what is the WPI based inflation in India in the month of February? This value is 3.85%, and this is extremely low. Next is the pilot trial of MD15 buses and prototype launch of M100, that means 100% methanol, was launched in which Indian city? So our Minister of Road Transport and the National Highways, Mr. Nitin Gadkari, has unveiled the pilot trial of MD15 buses and the prototype launch of 100% methanol. And what is this MD15? It stands for the diesel with 15% methanol buses. Okay, and the project was carried out in partnership with BMTC, Niti Aayog, Indian Oil Corporation and Ashok Leyland. Fine. So the pilot trial of these buses were launched in Bangalore city. Next is, as of 2023, banks from how many countries were permitted by the Reserve Bank of India to trade in rupees? So the Reserve Bank of India has permitted the banks from total 18 countries to open the special Vostro rupees account to settle the payment in rupees. And 60 such approvals have been given by the RBI. And these 18 nations include, for example, the countries like Botswana, Fiji, Germany, then Guyana, Israel, Kenya, Sri Lanka, etc. Okay. So as of 2023, banks from total 18 countries are permitted by RBI to trade in rupees. Next is, who is the first female loco pilot to operate the semi-high-speed Vande Bharat Express train? This question is very important. And Surekha Yadav, who is Asia's first woman loco pilot, has become now the first female to operate this semi-high-speed Vande Bharat Express train. And she piloted the Vande Bharat Express train between Solapur station and Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj terminus in Mumbai. Okay, so who is the first female loco pilot to operate the semi-high-speed Vande Bharat Express train? This is Surekha Yadav, who is also the first woman loco pilot of Asia. Fine. Next is, who is the author of Pookkuzhi, whose translation was featured in the long list for the International Booker Prize 2023? So Pyre, which is the English translation of writer Perumal Murugan's Tamil novel Pookkuzhi, has been featured in the long list for the International Booker Prize 2023. And who is the translator? The translator is Aniruddhan Vasudevan, who has also translated his one of the novel into English as One Part Woman. The name of the book was One Part Woman. Right? So this is the first Tamil novel that has found a place in the International Booker long list. So here correct answer would be Perumal Murugan, and the name of the book is Pookkuzhi. What is the name in the English version? The name of that book is Pyre. Next is, which country has unveiled the plans to buy up to 5 US nuclear-powered submarines. So recently, Australia has unveiled the plans to buy up to 5 US nuclear-powered submarines, then build a new model with US and British technology under an ambitious plan. And this announcement came at an event at California Naval Base, where the US President Joe Biden hosted the Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese and British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak. So Anthony Albanese called it the biggest single investment in Australia's defense capability in all its history. Okay. Recently, Australia has decided that they would procure 5 US nuclear powered submarines. Next is, which country unveiled its first portable attack drone named as Kamikaze? So Taiwan has unveiled its first portable attack drone, which is an unmanned aerial vehicle, the name of which is Kamikaze, and this is like a US model that is used in Ukraine's fight against Russia. So Taiwan's 23.5 million people live under constant threat of an invasion by the country, China, which claims the self-ruled democracy as a part of its territory. So Beijing launched major military exercises in response to a visit by then US House Speaker Nancy Pelosi to Taipei. Okay, so which country has decided to unveil its first portable attack drone? This is Taiwan. You can also be asked that Kamikaze is associated with which country? Answer would be Taiwan. Next is, which country announced a new semiconductor mega cluster with $230 billion in investment from Samsung Electronics? So South Korea says that they will build an enormous facility to make the computer chips in the greater Seoul area with about $230 billion in investment from the memory chip giant Samsung Electronics. And the plans were announced by President Yoon Suk Yeol and confirmed by the Samsung Electronics. So the world's largest new high-tech system semiconductor cluster will be built in the Seoul metropolitan area, and the total investment would be completed in nearly 20 years. Okay, so South Korea has announced this new semiconductor mega cluster, the worth of which is $230 billion in investment from Samsung Electronics. Next is, India signed a loan agreement with which institution for the construction of the Green National Highway Corridors project? So India and the World Bank have signed a loan agreement for the construction of the Green National Highway Corridor project in total 4 states. And these states are Himachal Pradesh, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh and Andhra Pradesh. And the agreement has been signed for the construction of 781 kilometers in these states with the loan assistance of $500 million. Okay, so India has signed this loan agreement with the World Bank for the construction of Green National Highway Corridors project. Next is, who was appointed as the chairman of Pension Fund Regulatory and the Development Authority? So government has appointed Mr. Deepak Mohanty as the chairman of PFRDA, and he would replace Supratim Bandyopadhyay, whose term ended in January. Okay, and before this, Mr. Deepak Mohanty was a former executive director of Reserve Bank of India, and also he had served as a member of PFRDA. Now he is the new chairman of the Pension Fund Regulatory and the Development Authority. Next question is, Fosbury flop, which was seen in the news recently, is associated with which sport? First of all, why this term is in news? Because American high jumper Dick Fosbury, who completely changed the high jump technique, recently passed away at the age of 76 years. And against convention, he turned his back to the bar and arced his body over it to win the gold at the 1968 Mexico City Olympics. Okay, So this unique method which he had developed a few years earlier is now the most used technique around the world, and the name of this technique is Fosbury flop. So your correct answer would be high jump. This term is associated with high jump. Next is, which country has appointed Eric Garcetti as its ambassador to the country India? So the US government has appointed former Los Angeles Mayor Eric Garcetti as the new ambassador to India 2 years after his name was first announced for the role. And he is a close ally of Joe Biden, and he was nominated for the post by the US President in 2021. But his appointment was held up after allegations that he had overlooked accusations of sexual harassment when he was mayor. Okay, so which country has appointed Eric Garcetti as its ambassador to India? This country is US. Now, which union ministry released the policy guidelines for utilizing eco-friendly materials in construction of road? This is Ministry of Road Transport and National Highways. Recently, it has released the policy guidelines or standards for utilizing eco-friendly materials in the construction of the national highways. So these are the most important current affairs and the news from today. And now let's start with our revision session, in which we are doing the current affairs revision for January month, and this is part 10 in this series. So today we'll be doing the questions from 136 up to question number 150. Let's start. First is, Swastika Ghosh, who was seen in the news recently, plays which sport? So Swastika Ghosh is associated with table tennis, and in the month of January she has defeated the country China by becoming the 4th Indian to qualify for the World Table Tennis Championship. Okay, which country is set to send rescue capsule to rescue 3 crew of the International Space Station? This is the country Russia. Russia announced that they would send the rescue capsule to rescue 3 crew of the International Space Station after a meteorite damaged the spacecraft. Fine. What is this LHS 475b, which was recently discovered by the astronomer? So astronomers using the James Webb Space Telescope have validated the discovery of an exoplanet, the name of which is LHS 475b. Which country announced to increase retirement age from 62 to 64 by 2030? So France country has decided that they would increase the retirement age from 62 to 64 by the end of 2030. Which country assured to cooperate with the small and the medium enterprises in the state of Kerala? This is Australia. So after the signing of landmark bilateral trade pact, that is India-Australia Economic Cooperation and Trade Agreement, Kerala's food sector will open up more opportunities in the country, Australia. And with this, the Australian delegation assured to further cooperate with the small and medium enterprises in the Kerala state. Next is, which country is the host of the annual climate change conference COP28 in 2023? This is UAE. UAE will host this year's annual climate change conference. Next is, what is the name of the world's longest river cruise which was flagged off by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi? So recently he has flagged off the world's longest river cruise, the name of which is MV Ganga Vilas. From which place? From Varanasi. Okay, and the cruise started its journey from Varanasi and it sailed around 3200 kilometers in 51 days to reach Dibrugarh, that lies in the state of Assam via Bangladesh. India's first 3 times platform wind turbine generators has been installed in which Indian state? So Renew Power has installed this in Gadag district of Karnataka state. After Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan and Punjab, which state recently restored the old pension scheme for the government employees? So after these states, the Himachal Pradesh government has decided to restore the old pension scheme for the government employees who are covered under the national pension system. Okay. Buxwaha mine, which was seen in the news recently, is located in which Indian state? It lies in the state of Madhya Pradesh. Next is Dekho Apna Desh campaign is associated with which union ministry? So this campaign was launched by the Union Tourism Minister at Konark in the state of Odisha. Why? To promote the domestic tourism. Which state is the host of the Think 20 meeting held under G20? Answer would be Madhya Pradesh state. So this Think 20 meeting was held under the G20 in Bhopal in the state of Madhya Pradesh. Which state adopted a bill to make its language compulsory for the state government job? This is Tamil Nadu. So Tamil Nadu has decided to adopt a bill to make their Tamil language compulsory for the state government jobs. What was India's trade deficit with the country China in the year 2022? So the trade deficit for India stood at $101.02 billion, and with this first time we have crossed the $100 billion mark, and the trade between India and China reached to $136 billion in 2022. And basically the total India-China trade was 8.4% higher than 2021. What is the retail inflation based on CPI in December 2022 in India? This was 5.72%. Fine. So these are the next 15 questions from the month of January. And now let's start with our category wise revision current affairs, in which today's topic is awards and honors. Which Indian institution's degree won the silver prize in the best online program category in Wharton QS Reimagine Education Award? This is IIT Madras. Its degree has won the silver prize in the best online program category in this education award. Which institution won the DSCI AISS award for the best security practices in the government sector? This is UIDAI. Full form is the Unique Identification Authority of India. Also, UIDAI has topped the Grievance Redressal Index for second consecutive month in the month of October. Means it has topped it in September as well as in October. Who was awarded the first Rohini Nayyar Prize for outstanding contribution to the rural development? This is Setri Chem Sangatam. Okay. Which scheme won the Platinum Icon in the Digital India Awards 2022 for their initiative Data Smart Cities? Answer would be Smart Cities Mission. And this mission works under Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. Which footballer won the Golden Boot Award in the FIFA World Cup 2022? Golden Boot Award was presented to Kylian Mbappe. And Kylian Mbappe belongs to which country? He is from the country France. Who has got the Golden Ball Award? It was given to Lionel Messi. And the Golden Glove Award was given to Emiliano Martinez. Fine. Talking about the FIFA World Cup 2022, Argentina has defeated the country France. Who has been announced as the winner of the 2022 Stefan Edberg Sportsmanship Award? This is Kasper Ruud. And Kasper Ruud is from the country Norway. Which French food product has been recently awarded the UNESCO Heritage Status? Answer would be baguette. Okay. Now talking about UNESCO, few days back, 3 new cultural sites from India have been added in the UNESCO's tentative list of cultural heritage status. Which are these sites? First is the Sun Temple that lies in Modhera in the state of Gujarat. Second site was also from Gujarat. It is the Vadnagar town of Gujarat. And the third place is the rock cut relief sculptures of Unakoti from the state of Tripura. Right? Now last question is, who won the Para Sports Person of the Year award at the Turf 2022 event? Answer would be Avani Likhara. Avani Likhara has won this and she is a shooter. She is associated with shooting. Fine. So with this we are done with our category wise revision current affairs as well. And if you want to add any new category in this list, you can definitely write your views in the comment section. Now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions, and at the end of the lecture, do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, Minu Zatsana signing off.